Hello, everyone. Usually, when I mention the word budget, I can empty a room faster than a fire. It's really amazing how many people run away from the word budget. Hi, I'm Robin Da Vinci, and I am all about money literacy. I've been in business for 37 years, and I was born with a bookkeeping soul. So I'm here to help you do the same thing. Budgets can be very, very scary because people don't want to be told what to do with their money. They barely listen to other people's advice and they don't even take their own. So, budgeting is one of those things that everybody knows they need to have and most people avoid. And all of us, I'm going to tell you, have a little inner bookkeeper in their soul. Inside you, there is a bookkeeper dying to come out and say, you know what the right thing to do is. Don't do that. Don't buy that. Don't spend that. Let's keep track. Let's slow down. Let's not do that emotional spending. And then there's someone on your shoulder going, buy that ticket to that game, go to Vegas, get that dress, go buy that new car. And you listen to this instead of your gut. So we're going to talk about that today because it is so important to know where your money is going and to understand when you don't have enough, why, where, where in that spending that you do is something you can stop. Where are the mistakes or where are the things that you don't need? It's really important to understand that. And it's okay to talk to yourself about it. And it's okay to admit to people that you don't have the money to do things. So let's talk about budgeting. Budgeting just means that you take a look at your funds and decide how much it costs you every month to live your life. Simple statement. How much do you cost? How much is your rent? How much is your car? How much are your utilities? How much cash do you take out of your account? How much are your insurances? What does it cost you? Whether you own a home, rent an apartment, live with your parents, you still have money you need to budget. Some people go, I'm so broke, I don't need to budget my money. I don't even have enough money to budget. That's when you need to understand your money the most. If you have unlimited funds, and most of us don't, you still need to go where you need to know where your money went, right? I mean, you'd still need to know. And you might throw a fit even if you had millions of dollars. You'd say, wait a minute, why did I spend that? What is that on? Who's doing that? What did I give? I don't know. It's really important to build in all your expenses into your budget. Now, how far back should you go to get a real good look at your funds? 6 months is usually how far back people need to go to get a really, really good budget. But I'm telling you, let's do 3 months. And if 3 months scares you to death, let's do last month. What did it cost you to be living in the month of September? So, what you do is let's put income aside. Let's not talk about income right now. Let's talk about expenses. What's your biggest expense? Well, if you rent or own a home, it's where you live. If you live at home and you are not being charged rent, well, lucky you. But still, in your budget, you should say, if this all ends tomorrow, what will I need to live outside this home where I've been living for free? So you still need a budget. Sorry. So if you've been living for free in your parents' home, and let's say it ended on October 31st and on November 1st, you need money for rent. Where are you going to live? How much is it going to cost? Do you need roommates? So everybody knows first thing out of the chute in a budget, how much is the place you live? So rent, take that number, put it in. Mortgage, put that number in. If that mortgage includes property tax and insurance, then put in that whole number because we don't need to get that specific right now. Put in that whole number of rent and mortgage, insurance, and property tax. If you don't, we'll talk about that in a moment. So rent or mortgage is your first biggest payment. Then your auto costs. How many cars do you have? Put in your car payments, your car insurance, and your average amount of gas you spend in a month next. Okay. Then you write out all these categories. First thing, just write out all your categories. What do you know, including cash, tuition, childcare, um, repays to somebody, credit card minimum payments. Get everything in that list. Just take a piece of paper, take a pad of paper like this, and just list everything down, everything that you spend in a month, the categories: rent, auto insurance, credit cards, utilities, loans, school loans, childcare, tuition, all of those things. So put that down. Then next to it, put down either the exact amount or your best guess average of what that costs. Okay. So you now have a list of probably 15 to 20 things. They're very important things. They must be listed. Now, you can't possibly know something that's coming up, but we can budget a emergency fund number if you have enough money to do so. So get all those written down. And now I'm going to do something that is a little controversial because most people live paycheck to paycheck, which means once a week they look at their money, twice a month they look at their money, every other week they look at their money, or once a month. That's a mistake. And I want to change people's mind about that mistake. You need to understand with this budget what it costs for you to wake up every day. So you take your phone and you put in $5,300 is what it cost me. So you go to your calculator and you put in $5,300 is what it costs you. And then you divide that by 30. It costs you $177 a day when you wake up and take your first breath in the morning. Do you know how important that is to know? Do you make $177 a day? If you don't, you're going to have to cut back, or you're going to have to come up with a way to make this work. Putting it on your credit card and throwing that debt down the road is what most people have to do. And I understand it 100%. I have been divorced. I have had 3 little kids. I know exactly what it's like to live without or on a shoestring budget. I get it. I am not foreign to any of these. I grew up as a poor kid and I knew what it was like to have one pair of shoes in a year. Believe me, I understand the dilemma. However, you still need to know that daily number. So if you need $177 to $200 a day when you wake up to either take care of your family, take care of yourself, and take care of all your basic needs and pay your bills, what are you doing in the course of that day that sabotages your ability to have that money? That's where all of this budgeting comes in. Once you understand what you need every day to make your basic bills, it changes your entire look at your paycheck, changes your entire look at your income. And if you don't have income that covers $177 a day, then what do you need to do to fix that? That's where all the hard work comes in. So you have to understand me when I say preparing a budget is not the toughest part. It's living with the budget once you get it. So I took an average of $5,300 a month, which is, that's quite a good salary. And in a dual household, a lot of households don't even bring that much money in. So if you've raised your living to be that much money, where are your sources of income? So right away, when you see that number, you say, oh my gosh, we are short $1,000 a month in our income, in our net income, let alone gross. Because gross income is before taxes. Net income is what you take home. But you're being taxed on the gross. So if you gross 70,000 a year, you're not bringing home 70,000 a year. So that's where that problem comes in. You can get things based on your gross income, but you only have so much net income. So what you have to understand is, what am I bringing into my household and what am I paying out against it? And if I'm short, how am I making up for that shortage? And if it's by putting it on a high interest credit card, that's not a good thing. And I understand that. I'm going to say The majority of people right now are living off their credit cards. So I'm going to put a little caveat in here about credit cards. Having a credit card is truly a privilege. Credit cards mean that you have unsecured money and someone's trusting that you're going to pay it back. So when you put your living expenses on your credit card because you don't make enough money, you are actually sabotaging your future. That's why a budget is so important. Use it and stop now with what you're doing. If you see that budget and you see that you are way overextended, it will give you that splash of water in your face that you need to wake up. We cannot keep doing this. We will sort of collapse as a civilization if we constantly are overspending and outside our income. And right now is a good time to stop. The world may start getting back to normal. You may get your dream job. You may end up with a partner that contributes to your lifestyle and you guys work together on this. But at first, you need to see for you. You need to reflect on yourself. So take it like this. Get a piece of paper, write down every category you can think of in your monthly life, and then put those numbers in, make them honest. Go back 3 months, work forward, see the averages, put them in. Do not lie to yourself. I love this. People actually lie to themselves about their own money. No, no, no. You have to tell the truth. If you don't tell the truth about other things, you maybe lie about your age or you don't say how much you weigh, whatever. But when you lie to yourself about your own money, you are really making a mistake. You're sabotaging your future. You're sabotaging your partner's future, your children's future, everybody's future when you lie to yourself about money. Do not do it. So get those categories written down. Put in the monthly average for each of those categories. Add it up, divide by 30, and see what it costs you per day to live your lifestyle. If you want, take each category and divide it by 30 and see what your rent costs per day, what your car costs per day, what utilities cost per day. I just discovered what my water costs per day, and I'm taking steps to lower that because there are droughts everywhere, and I don't want to be a contributor to the drought. I want to help. So I just realized I needed to cut back on water. Just really wasn't over, but I just wasn't conscious of it. So every bill that comes into your house, if you have a gardener, if you own a home and you have a gardener and you have a pest control and you have those kind of monthly things, put that in your budget. Spell it out. Don't just lump it in. See what your water costs, see what electricity costs, see what gas costs, see what the pest control and the gardener cost, or what your auto insurance is, what your life insurance is, what your medical insurance is. What are you spending on all those vital categories? Put them all in. See if you can lower any of them. I mean, one of the best things that happens when you do a budget, you can go, I'm spending that much on that. Groceries, eating out. If you are a regular person who eats out a lot and you just have a regular salary and no one's reimbursing you for those meals, that needs to be in your budget because eating out is extremely expensive. You may need to see what your grocery budget is and then what your eating out budget is. It's kind of scary, actually. In fact, I can say that we looked at that recently and we maybe eat out once a week. We make our own meals. It's really better for the budget. Trust me, it's better for the budget. It's better for the waistline. It's better all the way around. You're better off having potlucks at your house to see your friends than you all are going out getting drinks and eating at expensive food or fattening food. It's really true. So that's just my little tidbit. But anyway, that's how you do a budget. That's how you do a basic budget. Now, I can actually put together something that's much more complex if you want a more complex budget. You want to see how your income matches up and if you have, how to pay off your credit card sooner and things like that. But to get your basic budget, that's what this video is about. All your categories, average for the month, divide by 30, look at it and see it. When I wake up every day, I need $177. I only make $127 a day. I'm $50 short every day. Then you multiply that by 30 and you're at $1,500 that you're short. Is that 1,500 going on a credit card? Oh my goodness. And you can see how it just adds to the problem. Now, if you think I'm not sympathetic, I am. If you think I'm not empathetic, you're wrong. I am totally empathetic to this problem. So listen, try this out. Go to robindavinci.com, leave a comment, like and subscribe. Tell me what more you would need to make a better budget. Tell me if you want classes. We'll work something out. We need to figure this out. This is an important part of every person's life, is a budget. Should be the first letter in the alphabet instead of A. Budget, 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 especially when it comes to money. Maybe not everything else, but when it comes to money, B is the number one letter in the alphabet. So thank you for listening. I'd love you to like and subscribe and watch my channel. I have tons of information on Robin Da Vinci, and I am here to help. And I really want to be that money person in your life that tells you the truth and gives you the basics and says, we can get through this together. So thank you. Again, my name is Robin Da Vinci. Like and subscribe. Go to my website. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. Thank you.